Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen, your host The Raven here, part 4 of my Let's Play Jade Cocoon Story of the Tamamayu playthrough series for the PlayStation 1. As you can see here, did a little bit of off-screen leveling up. I got my Waspy up to level 4. I've captured some more monsters and I was kind of screwing around in the monster creator. I actually like this creature's look. I like the way the size of the wings are increased. It looks like it's about like it can fly and hop around. I think that looks really cool. And I like the way it has like a beak. It looks more dangerous, like it has a stinger, like it can like bite you or stick you. It looks like a mosquito or a needle or something. So I really enjoy the look of that. But I'm not going to create it right now. I'm going to save that because what I want to do is I caught a Skywasp, which is the air version of Waspy, basically. Let's take the look. Alright, so basically it's the air version of it's the air version. It comes with its own spell. Last time in the last video, I mistakenly thought that when I was merging, I forgot that each monster either has a physical attack ability or it has a magical attack ability. So the Skywasp actually has Multi, which is the air ability, and it can cast air magic. And it also has a lot of speed too. I got it up to level 3 just for the purposes of emergency. Its speed is 26 to 25, and its attack is a little bit less. Its magic attack is the same. It has less magic defense. So anyway, I want to merge these two because the strategy for the rest of the game is like basically the elemental affinity of your monsters dictate its battle efficiency. I mean, it's just bottom line. Like, for example, you can have a level 4 air monster versus a level 1 or 2 water monster, and the water monster's attack will just devastate the fire monster. So levels do play a part. Like if you have a high enough level monster, like maybe a level 30 fire monster, a level 2 water monster wouldn't be able to defeat it. But you know, the level has to be extreme if the elements are off, or you're at a disadvantage element wise. So it's always good to have you don't want like a mixed match creature that doesn't really have too much affinity of anything. You can make one that has all 4 elements, but I mean, it doesn't seem to give it that much immunity to the different attacks. So I don't usually do that. I usually stick to making 2, having creatures that have 2 elemental affinities. That way, because every time you mix different elements together, they decrease, and that's why like making a monster that has 4 elements, their attributes might be so small that it probably wouldn't even matter that much, you know. So I usually stick to 2 because you always want to have as many options as possible. Like you don't want to come up against a monster that you don't have an element that can defeat it quickly, and that goes for the ones that are opposites, like water and fire, fire, air, air, earth, earth and water. Like earth and fire, I mean, it just really depends on the level of the creature. Like whoever has the highest level or highest attack or whatever will probably end up winning. So that's how that goes. But it is a good idea to have a fire, air, air, earth, and a earth and water. Or you could have a water, fire, which I'm gonna make in the beginning of the game. And so what I want to do is merge these two. I'll pick Waspy and the Skywasp. And doesn't seem to gain anything. In fact, I just lose defense and magic defense if I add them together. So that kind of sucks. Really, it does kind of suck. But let's check its abilities. As you can see, it has no physical abilities because neither monster has a special ability, attributed to their physical body. but both of them have magic attack. So when you press square again, it goes to magic. And as you can see, there's Agni and Malti. Malti was the Skywasp's magical attack, its air affinity. Agni was Waspy's magical attack, and its fire affinity. So anyway, that does kind of suck. I'm gonna try it the other way around to see if I can get some different attributes, even though the Skywasp is kind of weaker than my Waspy. So in this way, if we merge it this way, we do lose on defense and magical defense once again, but we gain attack and magic attack. I want to see how much. I don't want this to be equal. So actually we gain magical attack because Waspy is already, attack is level 26. So and you know, so we do gain 1 point of magical attack, so that is a better combo. Also, since the Skywasp is only level 3, it would make sense that if it could get attack at level 26 at level 3, it'll be higher in power at level 4. So I think that's a good idea. It does go up to level 4, so I guess it still kind of evens out the same. But we do at least gain magic attack, so that's good. And we do use magic with this creature. So let's view the form, and it looks kind of like a paler version of Waspy, which is pretty cool. I like that, and I like the way it still matches, doesn't look ugly or crazy. So let's go ahead and make this.
O magical beasts who serve us, merge thy flesh to gain yet greater power. Reveal to us thy heroic form.
Alright. And then we're gonna change the name back to Waspy. Like, I always name the ones that I make personally, that way I can tell them apart. Alright, so now we have, we'll try some more merging. And what I want to do also is I have this creature here, the Mokhambu. It's one of the first creatures that's in the Beetle Forest. It's shy by nature. It's actually one of the creatures that tries to run away from you. There's 3 types of monster natures. The first type is hostile. As soon as they see you, they try to attack you, and they'll keep following you until they can catch up to you and attack you. And that's the hostile kind. The second monster type is passive. They just kind of aimlessly wander around the field, the battlefield or whatever, or the forest, and if they see you, they don't care. The only time you'll fight them is if you physically run into them yourself, or they happen to just wander into you just by chance. They're not actively going towards you, they just happen to be wandering that way and you ran into them, or maybe you were doing something in the, like you left your controller and went somewhere else and it just happened to wander into you. Then you'll fight it, but it doesn't actively like go after you. And then there's a third type, which this one's nature has, and that's fearful. There's other monsters like this one that when they see you, they'll take off running. Like, they will actively do all they can to avoid you, which is the complete opposite of the hostile monster. Also, ones I've noticed that are fearful, when you actually catch them and engage them in battle, they do a lot of defending and ducking and hiding. Like, they just want to not be beat up or whatever. So that's the 3 types of monster nature. So anyway, the Mokhambu, its strength is in magical ability. As you can see, its magic attack is at level 20, is 25 at level 2, and Paytash is basically the same. It's the fire version of the Mokhambu. Let's check the form. All right, sorry about that. I hope after a while the TV will kind of cut off because like I don't move the mouse because I use a controller to play this. But as you can see, it's the same, basically the same creature, different skin color because it uses fire magic and not water. But it's also a magical, based on magical attack. So we're gonna merge these two because it's good to have a magic user. I'm gonna create 3 types of monsters. One monster is gonna be my kind of meaty in the middle go-to guy. Like he can fight physically and he can cast magic, but he's not the best at either one. He's just like your average character, and that's gonna be Waspy. Because Waspy has speed. You can see speed is 26. It goes fast. It has decent enough attack for melee, and it has decent enough magical attack for magical, abilities or whatever. And also it has speed, and you want to focus on speed because you want your go-to guy to be able to go first, to get the first hit or whatever situation you need. You need him to be able to move his ass to, take care of that situation. The second type I'm going to create, which I'm going to create right now using the Mukhambu and the Paytash, is I'm going to create a magical creature. Magic is devastating, and if you know spells, like also if you are going to make a monster that has all 4 elements, make it a magical attack creature, that way it can learn all the different magical spells or whatever. And it'll be effective in casting any elemental spells. Magic is devastating in this game, especially as with the elemental weaknesses and strengths. I mean, you can just blow a creature away with like a powerful magic attack. I mean, physical attacks, they can be devastating, but a lot of times it just won't be the one-hitter quitter that you're looking for. I mean, when it comes to like, you really need to just get some kind of like you're trying to journey somewhere, a monster pops out and you don't feel like dealing with it. You summon your magic user, blow him off the battlefield with a powerful spell, and keep on going. The physical fighter, it can do that to an extent, but just not as much as a guarantee as a magical guy. The melee fighter, you want him to be able to last, to tough it out against boss monsters, or because a lot of boss monsters are very strong physically, and you want your melee guy to have the hit points, to have the defense, to like if your other monsters are knocked out, or maybe you're low on supplies and you need a tank, to just beat ass until you can get back to the house, and restock and heal. And that's why you need your physical monster. So anyway, let's make the magical attack monster. Always, when you merge, try reversing the combinations. Like if you start off with Paytash, like how I just started, and you pick the second monster, look at what you gain. And as you can see, I gained magical attack 26. Magic defense goes to 28, speed goes to 22, and I lose some attack, which is going to be a magical creature anyway, so we're not concerned with that. Alright, now see, I've selected it for the Paytash first, Mukhambu second. So what you want to do then is switch it up and reverse the order to see what kind of attributes you get that way, because you always want the best attributes. You don't want to just be mixing stuff just to mix it, Magical attacks 25. Magical attacks 25, so let's see what we get. And this one, we keep our attack, we lose a little bit of physical defense, and we gain in magical attack. So I'm trying to check their speed to see if their speed was, if the speed goes up, that kind of makes it worth it. 22, magical defense 28. Yeah, I think it's better to have the Paytash first, because if we use Paytash first, we get magical defense goes up by 2 to 28. Our attack, magical attack, goes up to 26, and our speed increases to 22, which is nice. We do lose physical attack, but I mean, we're not focused on that anyway. We're focused on magic and ass kicking. Mana goes up by 4. Let me check the mana first before I finalize what I want to do. And see, this one doesn't gain any mana. It only, in fact, it loses a hit point if I merge it the other way. That's kind of crazy. So mana's 29. Let me check Paytash first. And yes, I'm being messaged. Okay, mana still stays at 29, and it only goes up to 34. So basically, it's the same, but this is better to use the Paytash first, and that's what we're gonna do. And I can see it doesn't pay to level up a monster and merge them together. You might as well merge them at their lowest levels and then raise them from the merge state. It's better that way. So let's check our abilities that we gain. Both of these creatures have a horn. They have physical abilities. The Mocambo has water attack on the horn. Paytash has a fire attack on his fang, which is, biting. So we gain some physical abilities. And we also have magical abilities, which Agnes is the next form of Agni. And it's pretty powerful. It's not the most powerful, but it's up there, especially for early on in the game. Like, this fire attack will blow away any, like, wind elemental monster, and also it has a recovery spell, which is the R symbol, and it's blue. Blue is water, and Medina actually heals, so it has the ability to heal itself. That's another reason why I want to start off with this combo for my magic user. So anyway, now that we got that straightened out, everything looks, there's a family history. Everything looks ship-shape. Let's go ahead and merge it.
O magical beasts who serve us, merge thy flesh to gain yet greater power. Reveal to us thy heroic form.
Alright. And I don't know what we're gonna name it. Let's name it. Can't think of anything really good right now. Wow, I'm really drawing a blank. Let's just call it Magic Dude or something. Where's the letter M? Let's call it Magic Bug or something. It looks like a bug to me. Alright, so we got that done. Excellent. And no, we will not try magical. And make sure you always equip the monsters you want, because you may have captured them and purified them, but if you don't equip them, you will be naked when you go back to the forest. So ain't no sense in merging and leveling up monsters and or doing all this other kind of stuff if you're not gonna pick them up. But we're gonna leave a poor Skyib and the Paddlechew, which is the fire version of the Skyib. We're gonna leave those in the inventory for later merging, and we're gonna head to the Beetle Forest. All right.
Well.
And she just wishes you good luck. Let's skip that, and let's make a save. Alright, awesome. And I probably spent like 20 minutes talking in this episode. Alright, so I probably spent 20 minutes explaining. So what I'm going to do is we're going to venture into the forest a little bit more. And in fact, we're going to go to a trouble spot that I want to talk about before I end the video. And we just got attacked by a air version of the Wasp. If you want to get the opposite element of any creature you encounter, just exit the forest and re-enter. That always switches the elemental affinities of all the monsters present. So he's a air monster, So what we're gonna do is we're gonna summon a well, this is water and fire, and this is fire air. So I mean, but let's try out our magical attack from the magic bug. Let's take a look at Agnes. Wow, which that's kind of weird. It didn't really kill it. I was expecting to wipe it out in one hit. Well, I guess that's pretty weird. So anyway, we do have fire elemental physical abilities. Check that out. All right, that made quick work of it. That's pretty weird. Well, I just merged it. It's only level 2. All right, it's level 3 now. Awesome. But yeah, if I had used Waspy and its fire, its fire attack, I mean, that thing would have been dead, man. So alright, well, let's hurry up and push on. I want to show this real quick before I end the video, because like these things can go really long. And I'm getting more Facebook messages like, what are you doing? Alright, so anyway, we're gonna go to a trouble spot real quick. We're just gonna kick anything's ass that we find. And as you can see, stuff like this, if you see a bag or anything that looks like kind of out of place or different, check it out with the X button. An old cloth sack is stuck between leaves of ivy covering a boulder. Shab liquor picked up. Alright, so we got an item inside that bag. Make sure you just keep an eye on your surroundings. A lot of it is just empty background, like kind of surroundings type stuff. You wanna, you know, but if you see, like, you see this tablet, like, it's a bright orange. It's got like markings on it. You know, it doesn't look like a mushroom or a plant or anything else. That's, you know, in the scenery. Which, wow, I didn't notice that scene had mountains in the back, and those look like fir trees. That's pretty weird to have mountains and fir trees like next to like a jungle. You know, it's pretty weird environment mixing. But let's pick this tablet up. Inside a broken rock, a stone tablet remains intact. Knowledge 2 picked up. Alright, and these knowledge tablets, they're basically just like tips. You know, like, don't send a fire monster against a water monster, or don't send you know, an earth monster against a air monster. You know, that type of stuff. You know, just basic stuff. It's not like it's gonna give you something so secret and amazing that if you don't pick it up, you know, your game, you might as well just end your game. So yeah, we're headed to the trouble spot. And you can see this monster ran away from me. And just knowledge here, which I'm gonna have to fight this creature in order to get it out of the way. Let's summon our water bug, because this has water attack, and that'll take this thing out fast. Oh, it missed? Unbelievable. Wow, it kind of sucks. Now I'm just gonna have to fight it like regularly. Now you can see we're not quite the same color, because that one's pure fire and I'm mixed with fire and water, so that's like a kind of a reddish purple, and my monster's more of a bluish kind of purple. Also, speed helps too. The faster your monster, the more times the more rounds you get. If your monster is really fast, you can probably get 2 or 3 hits a round, you know, which is devastating. Alright, we got that guy out of the way. Let's pick up this stone tablet. A tablet has fallen under the arm of a statue with a strange expression on its face. Knowledge 3 is picked up. Alright, once again, just another knowledge tablet. There's also, looks like a... Okay, that's the turtle's like leg or something. So anyway, let's try to avoid these guys. Since they're not hostile, they're just trying to run away. The only reason I fought the other one because I couldn't like avoid it. So let's avoid these two for the sake of the video. Now this is the trouble spot. Now these snake things you see up ahead, they're guarding a key. And every time you fight them, there's always two to a battle. So before you get here, And depending on, you know, which elemental affinity, they'll either be air or fire. Their air is a lot easier because, you know, most of the monsters you catch early on are fire elemental. So let's summon Waspy, take these guys out pretty fast. Let's use a good Agni and get these guys out. The reason they're so dangerous, number one, is there's 2 at a time. Number 2 is if they poison you, just kick his ass. And if you're poisoned, you'll get a 3rd hit to your hit points every round. So you're getting beat from 2 monsters, plus you're getting damage from poison. I mean, it can take your monster out, or the hero can take you out very quickly. And we're gonna capture this one since I've never captured one. And see, there's the poison. See, I got hit twice. So we're gonna switch out and capture this one. Always capture brand new creatures so you can, you know, experiment with merging, that type stuff. And also it increases your capture level. But anyway, yeah, that poison is devastating. I mean, it's not so bad later on in the game, because most of the time you'll be fighting a one-on-one battle, and one-on-one battles with poison, it's not that devastating. But 2-on-1 plus poison will really rock your world. So you want to take out creatures that use poison very fast. You know, just whatever element they are, pick your strongest character. This, you know, the highest level, this, you know, has an element that's greater, you know, that beats the element of your enemy creature. Use that and take it out fast. And we leveled up from apprentice to novice, which is excellent. As you go up in level, you're able to capture monsters easier, obviously. Also, when you change ranks, your tune that you play when you summon monsters or capture monsters changes, which that kind of makes me sad, because all the tunes are so good. Like when you change to another one, you're like, oh man, I like the old tune, you know. But then you get used to the current tune, and then when you get another one, you'll miss that one, you know. Which is, you know, that's just part of the game being too good in that area. So anyway, we leveled up, and also our creatures leveled up. So we got more speed, got more attack, more defense. Awesome. Alright, and there's a bunch of them are usually around this area. It's like always a couple. And you may see only one, but there's always 2, like if you watch this. Alright, as you can see, there's 2 of them. Even though there's only 1 on screen, there's always 2, and when you battle them. So you want to keep that in mind. And let's use a fire spell on both of these guys. I think, if I'm correct, my water bug, its fire attack can hit multiple people. And yes, it can. And see, they're both air, and they're weak to air, so let's devastate them. Alright, they're both down to 9 hit points. And we've already captured one, so we don't need another. We don't need other guys. Unless you're out to make money, which I'm not in this instance. I'm going to make my money off screen, because that's really time consuming. The poison missed. You're dead. And let's use a... we're out of magic. I was about to say, we could use a horn, a flaming horn, to kill the last guy. And it seems like the fire version of the Squoot monsters, or whatever, the snake monsters, they seem to use their poison more often. So like, if you're having a really hard time, make sure you're fighting the air version, not the fire version. The fire version, it seems like all they do is poison, 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 like non-stop, you know. So anyway, for like clearing up this area, where there's 2 more. For clearing up this area, you have access to that key without being harassed. And after battle, you do get a little bit more of healing and a little bit magic back, so that's a good thing. But we're going to use our guy to try to whoop some butt real good. Wow, yeah, that's making a big difference. Alright, stomped. Alright, and for beating 2 level 1 enemies, we're not getting that much experience. So anyway, there's a skeleton key here. And after collecting this, I will end the video. Stay tuned for part 5 of my Jake Coon playthrough series. We're going to get a little bit deeper into the forest. I'm going to do some grinding off screen. Which grinding just means like leveling up my monsters, catching other monsters just for the sake of turning them into silk so I can make money. I can buy, like, you know, better equipment and stuff like that. So the next time I see you, I will be a little bit stronger. The wasp is like level 5 and the other one's level 3. I'm going to try to get to maybe level 6, level 7 on all my monsters. Yeah, probably level 6, level 7, and we'll go through the rest of the forest. So I'm your host, Raven. I appreciate y'all watching. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.